Guess what? Today should be an easy lesson. Also, I'm getting like super professional on you guys. Look, I got a microphone now. Woohoo! Cool. So now you don't hear the echo of the classroom. All right, y'all. So like the lesson last time, this is pretty much just a review. We've already done it. It's like adding decimals except that we're subtracting. That's it, literally. Make sure your decimals are lined up. Again, how many times can I say it? Make sure your decimals are lined up, lined up. Make sure they're lined up. No lie, you're probably gonna hear me say it a million more times because it's super important. If you don't line up them decimals, the numbers aren't going to add up. So funny. Or subtract, up, or down. Whatever, y'all know you miss my corny jokes. Subtracting decimals, let's get into it. It says Hannah has 3 36 kilograms of apples and 2 28 kilograms of oranges. Hannah estimates she has about 1 more kilogram of apples than oranges. How many more kilograms of apples than oranges does Hannah have? How can you use this estimate to decide if your answer is reasonable? Remember, Miss Chacón does not care about the estimates, so we're gonna skip the estimate part. So we're just gonna do what we're supposed to do. Okay, here we have our number. 8 take away from 6, we can't, so we need to borrow. We're gonna take away from the 3, it turns into a 2. That means that this gets a 1 to it, or really a 10. And now we subtract, which gives us 8. 2 take away from 2 gives us 0, okay? Don't forget to bring down that decimal. And then we subtract the last one, which 2 take away from 3 gives us 1. I don't know why my numbers are so crooked today, but whatever. You guys can read them. I'm not gonna redo the video. If the GoMath way makes more sense to you, I'll go ahead and teach that to you too for the bottom part, okay? Just know that I just care about you guys getting the right answer. As long as you use the method that gives you the right answer every single time, I don't care. I teach you a whole bunch of methods and then you get to choose. Here we go, the GoMath way. We're gonna start with our main number that we're taking away from. So we're gonna do 3 boxes. This represents my 3 ones. Then I'm gonna move on to my tenths, okay? That means that we're gonna do 3 lines. And now our hundredths, which is going to give us 6 bubbles. Now that we have that, we're going to take away 2 28 hundredths. So I'm going to start with these. Remember, we only have 6 of these, but we need to take away 8. So we're going to grab these and cross them out. We need to convert one of these into 10 bubbles. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So remember, we only took away 6 of these. We need to take away 2 more. So we're going to take 2 of these. Now we have this one, okay? 2 lines, look at that. We have them left over. And now 2 boxes. Now we count the remaining figures that we have left. We had 1 whole box, no lines left, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bubbles. So, do our numbers match? Yes, they do. Even though I don't ask you guys to do the GoMath way in the actual lesson, I do really want you to do the picture drawing on the bottom part where it says draw a quick picture to check your work. Because I did do it with you guys on the board. You can pause the video. It's not like in real class where I erase as I go or move on to the next board and then erase it. Okay, there are no excuses. All right, that brings me to the bottom part. It says, so Hannah has, and you're gonna write down 1 800 more kilograms of apples and oranges. Since 1 800 is close to 1, the answer is reasonable. Again, 1 800, which you guys should already know this because I have taught you how to put numbers from word form into standard form or regular numbers. You should know that it is 1.08, plus we just did it on the board. All right, guys, you can move on to the next page, page 140. It's not even an example. It just says, try this. And it has step 1 and step 2. All right, they already had their numbers, so I was prepared and wrote them already too. It says, find the difference. The first step says, subtract the hundredths first. Well, joke's on them. We already do that anyway. Remember, it's a 0, so we're going to need to borrow. There's not enough for it to take away. We're going to take away from here. This turns into a 1, and this turns into a 10, which looks like a B, but whatever. We know it's a 10, right? Yes. Now we subtract. So 3 take away from 10 gives us 7. Can 6 take away from 1? No, it's too big, so we need to borrow. This turns into a 3. Now this turns into an 11. Take away gives us 5. Before we move on, our decimal is here, so I'm going to just bring it down. Okay. Now we can't take away, so we're going to borrow from the 1. It turns into a 0. This turns into a 13. And now we have a 5. Now step 2 tells us to check our answer. We've done this before with like division to multiplication when we want to check our answers. Remember, we always multiply the number that we have on the top by the number on the side, and then if it matches the number in the middle of the box, then it tells us that we have the right answer. So kind of the same thing here. How we're going to check our answer is by doing the opposite of what we just did. What I mean is that we're going to take this number and we're going to keep it right there, and we're going to add this number and put it up here, okay? And we're trying to see if it's going to match this number right there. I'm going to try to write on this side, and let's see how it goes. So now I have adding, and we're going to again try to see if this number is going to match this number. Let's find out. So 7 plus 3 gives us 10. So we're going to put the 1 here and the 0 here. 6 plus 5 plus 1 gives us 12. Bring down the decimal point. Now 5 plus 1 is 6 plus 8 gives us 14. And our numbers, they matched. That means that we are killing it today. So right underneath it, it says, is your answer correct? And explain. Well, was it correct? Did they match? Yes, it did. It matches. Woohoo! Yes, it does match. And as for the explanation, all you need to write is, because I checked my answer by doing the opposite and the numbers matched. Okay, or I checked my answer by adding what I had subtracted. Okay, I just want to make sure that you understand that we found it and we checked it because we did the opposite and we checked our answer. All right, guys, there's nothing that we're going to skip. You're going to do all of it. You guys should be fine on all of it. So best of luck. Panda, 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 family productions. Hey parents. So as in the other lessons, this is the same thing. I just want to make sure that they're lining up their decimals and they're just subtracting as normal. Hola padres, en esta lección solo me quería asegurar que los niños se recordaban que tienen que asegurarse que los decimales están en la misma línea. Just to show you the quick version of what I did, I'm going to subtract and then I'm going to really explain how we checked our answers because that's something that's totally new, probably. Como es lo mismo de las otras lecciones, les voy a enseñar cómo encontré la diferencia, pero lo que me voy a enfocar hoy es cómo chequear nuestras respuestas, porque creo que ese es el único componente de esta lección que es nuevo, y a lo mejor para ustedes también. All right, here it goes. Aquí vamos. So here are our answers. Aquí están las respuestas. Now, how to check it can be a little bit tricky. Cómo lo chequean las respuestas puede ser poco confuso. What they're going to do is that they're going to take the number that they subtracted and add it to their answer to see if it matches the top number. Lo que van a hacer es que van a sumar el número que encontraron la diferencia más la respuesta y ver si es el mismo número que el número arriba. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Déjame les explico. We're going to be adding these two. Vamos a agregar estos dos and check to see if it equals this. Y a ver si es el mismo número. Here it goes. Okay, vamos. And our numbers, they do match. 3.36 matches with 3.36. Si son los mismos números, el 3.36 es el mismo que el 3.36. And over here, 14.20 is the same as 14.20. Y aquí, 14.20 es el mismo que 14.20. As always, parents, I am available to you guys via text, via email, via carrier pigeon if you need to, whatever. I am here to help you guys. So if there was something in this lesson that was confusing or didn't make sense, or if your child is stuck and you don't know how to help them, I'm always here. Como siempre, yo estoy disponible para ustedes con algunas preguntas o dudas que tengan de la lección si no entendieron algo. Yo siempre estoy aquí para ayudar. I am going to say that since we are in weird circumstances with the quarantine, I'm not going to be doing homework lessons for them. What I am going to do is I'm going to have you guys take a picture of their lesson, and you can, again, either text it or email it to me. Once I grade it, if I see that your child got below a B or a C and I see that they're not understanding the lesson, then I'll shoot you a text and let you know we're going to do the homework on this one because they didn't understand and I need them to practice more. And we can set up a time to tutor or to reteach so that way they can really understand. Sí les voy a mencionar que como estas son circunstancias bien raras, no voy a estar asignando la tarea. Si yo veo cuando yo califico la lección que los niños están batallando con el concepto de matemáticas para ese día, entonces les voy a mandar un mensaje para que podamos hacer una videoconferencia o una llamada para que yo le explique de nuevo a los niños y pueden hacer la tarea entonces, pero yo comunico con ustedes. Por ahora solo toman fotos de las lecciones que están haciendo los niños y luego me los pueden textear o mandar por correo electrónico. Thanks for watching. Gracias por ver el video.